Right guys, how's it going? I thought I'd do a wee waffle video. Wee waffle video part 2. A few things I wanted to talk about. I'll try and be as brief as possible. But first of all is the response to my last video, my eBay sort of question. I was overjoyed with the amount of people that commented on that. Thank you all so much for your honesty. I just felt like it was easier just to make a video just to say thanks, because I would end up basically replying the same thing to every single person. So the gist of it is, I opened up a case. I've used eBay for almost 13 years now, and I've never had a problem with eBay. I've never had to leave bad feedback. I didn't even know how to open a case. So apparently I've been incredibly lucky, because everyone has had a bad story to tell about eBay. But as I say, almost 13 years, never had a problem. So, opened the case against her. She contacted me, started being dead aggressive and whatnot. So I said, you know what, fuck it. I closed the case and just left negative feedback. So I think she knew it was coming, because she never left me any feedback, even though I paid instantly. I was a fantastic customer. So she left me bad feedback, and I've applied to get that taken off. But I mean, I know a few people mentioned about maybe should have held out and not paid. I was happy enough. I was miffed about having to pay the full postage, but I thought that's my own fault. So I was happy to pay it. I just didn't want her to earn so much money out of me. So I was kind of cutting my nose off to spite my face, but it's a stubborn bastard. So anyway, so that's the end of that. So next topic is, I've noticed a huge amount of people culling their collections, selling a lot of stuff and things like that. Monkey Spaz, I just recently watched Monkey Spaz's video, and he's selling all his SNES stuff. And to be honest, it does make me sad, but I can understand why people do it. I think the thing, one thing that does puzzle me though, and this is not aimed at anyone in particular, I just don't understand why people would cull some of their collection and not all of it. It's different like Tootie. Tootie's got rid of his Xbox stuff because he doesn't want to play it. That's fair enough. But like, I don't understand why you would say you wanted to go emulation for SNES. Say you wanted to buy a flash card. Why not then just do the whole thing and just flash card everything? Okay, just buy. I mean, the Saturn, for instance, is super easy console to pirate. I mean, you can just swap discs on it. Dreamcast doesn't need any piracy. GameCube's a little harder, but it's doable. N64 you could get an EverDrive. SNES you could get an EverDrive. So I just don't understand why people can just do some and not the other. I mean, I know a lot of people say, like, I think Dave, I'm a Game Geek, wants to concentrate on current gen stuff, which is fair enough. The same way Lee, Cubemeister General, Retro Fusion, he was saying that he's basically just done with a lot of the older stuff, and he's happy to just go for the Game Boy and current stuff. So yeah, so if you've done that, if you've culled some of your collection, excuse me, maybe you could answer me that. As I say, it's not a dig or anything like that. I mean, where it's like, what's the cut-off point? Is it like for Jimbo? Is it because the SNES is ridiculously expensive? That's fair enough. I mean, it is an expensive console to collect for. But then again, so is the PS4. I mean, I was just down the high street this afternoon and I noticed that some of the PS4 games are like $54.99. That's a ridiculous amount to pay for a game, if you ask me. Certainly, I suppose the difference with that is, a great example is that Metal Gear Solid 5 demo that they sold. That was £50 when it came out, and I just saw it for $12.99 in game. And how long has it been out? A matter of months. So I suppose it's like buying a new car, it just depreciates. If you buy an older car, it doesn't lose any money. But yeah, so that's I've noticed that lots of people are doing it. I can understand people. There's a lot of people I've watched throughout the years that have obviously went for full collections and things like that, and I think even they know that they're never going to finish it. I mean, obviously the front runner now is J7, boy band J7. He's you can see the determination for him to finish his Master System collection. But I think most people throughout the years have just gave up. Which is fair enough. I suppose it's better in the long run. I know everyone likes to band around that, saying quality over quantity, which is true. You should always just have the games that you want to play at the end of the day. In saying that, the final thing I'd like to talk about is I've noticed a shift in my collection. My games collection and my game sort of playing hobby has always been a solo affair. A lot of my friends, I've said this before, but all my friends have kind of outgrown it. So it's always just been sort of a one-man band thing. And I've bought the games that I wanted to play, and I'm happy with every game I own. However, recently, a lot more people have came into my life with me starting a new job, and I'm growing up now. I have to do some adult things with the missus. We have to go out for meals with other couples and all that shite that nobody could be arsed with. But a few people have came round to our house and they've said, "Oh, what's in that room?" And I've said, "Oh, that's my games room," rather sheepishly. Not that I'm embarrassed, but rather sheepishly, that's my games room. And I know they're not into games as such. One particular guy, he has a PS4 and that, but he's the type of guy I envy actually, because he only buys 2 games a year: Call of Duty and FIFA. That's the only games he owns. So, I mean, imagine that. Imagine only having to buy 2 games a year. Things people can only dream. Anyway, so I know he's slightly into gaming, but not a huge amount. So I thought, what's he going to be like? But within 10 minutes of him being in the room, he was just like, "Oh, look at that! Oh, look at that!" And it's funny because, like, you say to him, like, "Here's this rare Japanese game that you can't understand any of the text, but it goes for £100 on eBay," and he's like, "Oh my God, is that Duck Hunt? Oh, I love Duck Hunt." I'm like, "Yeah, it's Duck Hunt." And he's like, "Oh, let's play it." So that's happened. Like, there's been over 10 people that came in, and they call it the museum now. They come in and they're like, "Oh, look at that." So for me, it's sort of evolved into my own, instead of being just my own personal thing. It sort of became not a showpiece. I don't want to say that it's just for show now, but I've started to involve a lot more people in it. Regular people now come around for game nights. I've finally got people to play GoldenEye with me after all these years. I used to be the GoldenEye champ on the N64 round on my neck of the woods. But people are happy to play it, and even a lot of the girls, like a lot of my girlfriend's friends, they all had SNESes and that when they were younger. So I mean, they had played Super Mario World, and just the wee faces are lighting up, remembering all this. So yeah, so for me, I've always been focused with my collection. Like I say, I've always bought the games I've wanted to play. I always knew I wanted to have the majority of the systems, because like I said to David, my dad, I like to know where my systems have been. I think I look at them as like ex-girlfriends, or current girlfriends say. I know majority of my systems I've either owned from new, or they've had one previous owner. I don't want to hear that half the town has fingered them. Just before you marry them, you find that half the town has fucking had a way with them, had a wee shot of them. So I like to know. So I would never get rid of any of my systems, because I think it's harder to buy back a system that you know is good. Games, on the other hand, you pick up willy there. That's neither here nor there. But yeah, so I always knew I wanted to have all my systems that I've got. So yeah, so I'm overjoyed to keep them all. Some I play more than others. Some I go through spells. Like, they're all hooked up, all ready to go. But like, PC Engine's getting a hell of a lot of play at the moment. I've managed to pick up quite a few shooters. Pick up video coming soon. And I've been loving my PC Engine. Whereas my Saturn's kind of been on the back burner. But then I'll play one game on the Saturn, and then I'll not play anything else for the rest of the week. I'll just play all my Saturn games. So yeah, but I'm fucking losing my train of thought here. I'll get a quick drink. So this is just, it's not a waffle, it's a ramble. Right, so what I was trying to say is, for me, my collection has changed. It's less. Like, I've never been into like buying games because they're rare or expensive or things like that. They've always been the games I've wanted to play. And these games are starting to kind of evolve into games that I know other people will enjoy. So yeah, like same with the Wii U. I mean, I've not got Mario Kart 8. My understanding of Mario, I'll save that. Just quickly finish this. Yeah, so I'm really happy. What am I trying to say here? What am I fucking trying to say? Yeah, so that's what's happened. A lot of people outside of my friends that are non-gaming people have got involved in my collection and they're really enjoying it. And I'm really happy having other people to kind of share my passion. So yeah. And the final thing I'd like to say is about the E3 Nintendo launch-up. I've got a Wii U, I really enjoy it. The reason I didn't want to buy Mario Kart 8 was because I thought it would be the last game I would buy for the system. Obviously there's other games I want to buy, but they've all been released, so it's just a case of finding them for the right price, whereas Mario Kart 8 would be the one game you'd go into any shop basically and buy it. But after seeing the lineup, I'm fairly impressed. Not impressed with it because I knew all the games that were going to be there are all Nintendo IPs. That one game though, that looks pretty good. It's no God Hand, that's on the PS2. I can't remember what it's called, but it's the third person shooter game where you could go into first person view and use fucking knives and shit like that. That looks pretty good. Doesn't look the most original game, but it looks an original IP for the Wii. So I'm looking forward to that. But basically with the Wii U, I've worked it out that if I bought one game a month, I'll have enough to play till the end of 2015 really. So yeah, so I'm pretty happy with it. I'm glad I purchased it. So that's probably what I'll do. I'll probably just buy one game and then just play it as much as I can for that month, as long as they're fairly cheap. So yeah, so this is the most random, inappropriate waffle ever. Right, I'll stop it there. Thanks again, as I said, to everyone that commented on my eBay thing. I really appreciate that. I think I've definitely noticed a change in sort of YouTube over the last little while. I think pickup videos have become, not so hard, but people are less concerned with pickup videos I think on their channel, and it's a lot more interaction. I don't know if it's because they're all the young guys that are coming in, they're doing all the Google Plus live streams and that, but there does seem to be a lot more interaction going on nowadays, I feel anyway. So, I've just hit 250 subs, so thanks very much to all my new subs. I try and always check out my channels, but for some reason I've not been getting my emails. Actually, my laptop fucked up, it was playing up, so I accidentally punched it. So it's a bit of dust now, the operating system doesn't load up. So it's learning its lesson anyway. So I sometimes struggle to reply to comments on my phone. But yeah, so, and finally the market in this show, I have an idea for episode 4. It's going to be the final episode of the series. I did think about waiting until I hit 250 subs before I show it. However, I've hit 250 subs, so I don't know, maybe 275, maybe. So I appreciate everyone that watches that. I know it's a bit off the wall, but yeah, I appreciate it, and I'm glad people understand it, because it's just a laugh at the end of the day. Yeah, it's just a laugh, for the shits and giggles. Anyway guys, 2 pickup videos coming. They're my last pickup videos of the year. Not the year, till at least September. I get married in September. So I've basically got a shoot 'em up pickup video and just a regular pickup video. But that's me. I don't actually do much gaming throughout the summer. I'm always outdoors. I go a lot of cycling, camping, fishing. So there's not much point in buying stuff if you're not playing it. So right guys, take it easy. Thanks very much for watching this video and see you soon. Booyah!